What's up? This is your host, Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible today and Non-Fungible tomorrow. And guys, I'm not sure what are your thoughts towards NFTs, but believe it or not, it's coming anyways, right? So I have been talking about this a few months ago, talking about how Facebook and Instagram might be interested in NFTs. And the question would be whether this is going to be a closed system, like a closed blockchain, or is it going to be an open blockchain, right? So anyways, just today, we look at the timestamp, Mark Zuckerberg has announced, confirmed the rumors that Instagram will get into the NFT game. Okay, so this is an article from Decrypt, right? So in brief, Zuckerberg said he envisions users being able to make NFTs of the clones worn by the digital avatar. He confirmed NFTs are coming to Instagram, but did not specify when that might happen. So imagine if you were to buy a filter as an NFT, right? Imagine if you were able to sell your art or your photo as an NFT and then use these to buy more filters, or maybe even imagine there's so much possibility if Facebook and Instagram gets into NFTs and make this an ecosystem. But the thing that our question would be is it going to be within a closed blockchain? Is the token going to be controlled by Facebook's blockchain compared to being on a public blockchain, right? So there's a lot of things that is really exciting to see how everything unfold. And if this is a closed blockchain, is it necessarily a bad thing for mass adoption, right? Imagine if Facebook were to pay for the gas fees, right? So anyone can make money out of this. I think they have to balance the different interests. So anyways, going back to this article, Mark Zuckerberg confirmed on Tuesday that non-fungible tokens, better known as NFTs, will be coming to the picture and video sharing app. He made the announcement at the South by Southwest conference, but did not provide a specific date of when the NFT might drop on Instagram, right? So as I said, this rumor has been swirling for months. Many predicting users will be able to mint NFTs on Instagram and share those already in the collection, right? So during his speech, Mark Zuckerberg said that he hopes that one day that users will be able to mint the clothes of a digital avatar as NFT, but there's still work to be done. And of course, this is not the first time going into blockchain. They tried to launch a digital currency called Libra, right? But they were under a lot of scrutiny and a lot of blowback, so it didn't work in the end, right? So anyways, I'm not sure what your take of this is. Web2 conglomerate getting into Web3. I know a lot of people in Web3 does not like it, and even investors have reacted fully to Facebook rebrand to become Meta. But I think sometimes it shows that they have nothing else to get into, right? Blockchain and NFTs, digital asset is a big thing. It is only through these conglomerates we could get more people into the concept of digital asset, right? So I think in that aspect, that is interesting, right? So another interesting news, American Express 5 trademark applications for the Metaverse and NFT logos, right? So it really makes you think, right? So in the future, in the Metaverse, could these trademarks be protected? Like, can these US trademark companies sue the Metaverse company and ask them to get away derivative works, right? So that is the question that we have to ask, right? And also whether your trademark is being protected if you don't file it. And also, since the Metaverse is supposed to be global, how would this work, right? Would a Chinese Metaverse ignore the patent office while a US company is trying to file a claim towards it? We never know. Geographically, there's a lot of factors at play. So everything is still new. But the exciting thing is that American Express is trying to do this. And American Express is a company with a lot of money, a lot of users, and they're trying to do NFT-backed multimedia, cryptocurrency service, virtual banking, and exchange services, probably in the Metaverse. This is just a filing. This is very new, but there are other major banks. So that has also tried to dabble the toes into NFTs. For example, Visa, a while back, they bought a CryptoPunk. Right now they probably are enjoying the investment because CryptoPunk has gone up, right, since the purchase. So anyways, this is another interesting news, but I think the most exciting news is that the Ethereum merge successfully takes place on the Kiln Testnet, right? So basically on the Ethereum blockchain, there's a lot of testnet, and then we all know that 2022 is supposedly gonna be the merge. It's gonna be the beginning of Ethereum 2.0. So right now, Ethereum is using a proof of work, but now in the future, it's gonna be proof of stake. So we have to do some upgrade, right? So the fact that it is successfully taking place on a testnet means that the chances of this doing it on a public net with the transition to proof of stake should occur later this year, and that maybe because this was successful, it could be successful in a public blockchain, right? So it is very exciting, and I think this is huge. People should know about this. So if you own Ethereum, hold on to those ETH. I know the market has been going sideways, and it's not financial advice that might go up. We never know, right? Could have a blow up top or what. But when this becomes proof of stake, right? Basically, the price of the Ethereum is to a certain extent going to be affected, right? We never know is it going to go up or down, but because people would have to own Ethereum to run these validation nodes, so that some Ethereum would be staked and not being sold, right? So the great thing is that compared to proof of work, if they go to proof of stake, according to this article, the energy usage will drop by 99.9%. So this is super great for the environment, right? And super great for the space, because everyone say Bitcoin is energy consuming, Ethereum is energy consuming, and as part of the world, as part of a technology that we want to promote, hopefully that it becomes more environmentally friendly and people are more environmentally conscious, and we could make the world a better place with technology. And that's what Web3 is all about, right? In my opinion. So, all right, we have the next article today. So basically, licensed Formula 1 Ethereum NFT game is shutting down. So basically, Animoca Brands is the company behind the F1 Delta Time NFT game, right? So it's a blockchain game. And what happened is that their license expired, and so they will shut down this week. But Animoca Brands said they would give NFT holders replacement for NFTs for another racing game alongside token and other benefit, right? So Formula 1 was the first sport league to enter the blockchain space with the launch of Animoca Brands' F1 Delta Time game in 2019. But after 3 years, the Ethereum game is ending, right? So they came up with a unexpected news saying that, hey, they were not able to renew the license. So that's why they're gonna close down the game. But they're planning to, give back to the holders of the NFTs or people who bought tokens for this game, right? So back then, someone bought a car for 416 ETH, and it is the same person who bought Beepo's 69 famous sale of his art. So the thing about this is that it really makes me think about the Metaverse and also Parcel, right? So I came up with a thread, after looking at this article and saying that applying this to the Metaverse, there are factors that can cause a company to cease its operation and cause the Parcel price to drop to zero. Because everyone, have the mentality that a Parcel is in perpetuity, right? They own it forever, but that's not the case, because the Parcel is just the right of ownership of building on that piece of land and owning that land, right? If that company goes bankrupt or goes delinquent, the value goes to zero, right? Like every investment that you have, like every stock that you have, right? So that's why I think with so many Metaverse projects coming out, and because I've been doing some research on these Metaverse projects as well, it's important that you invest in projects backed by a reputable team, for example, like Animoca, right? Because in this case, F1 Delta Time was unable to renew its license with F1, so it's ceasing its operation. So basically what it means is that these NFTs are going to the value of zero, right? Because you can no longer use these NFTs in a game. But because the company behind it is Animoca brand, they're trying to reward the current users with replacement NFTs, possibly using the web racing game that they also have. So the good thing about this is because the company behind this is a reputable company. It's a company that has to protect their reputation. They'll have to do something to, pacify these people and to tell them that, hey, we know that we feel bad. We're trying to compensate you for the losses that you have, right? But you need to understand, we are yet to see if the compensation will be equivalent to how much people spent in the game, or how much they have earned. And it's so hard to calculate this, right? Because you don't know how much they've earned, how much they have invested. But it is sure that their investment right now is zero because the game is no longer working. But whether Animoca Brand's compensation will be equivalent to what they have paid, it would be a question, right? But this shows that the company has an integrity and they do have a reputation to uphold, right? They could have not done this, right? But it would have caused some, uproar from the community, but still they could choose not to do it, but they chose to do this. So this is a very kind gesture, because when you buy an NFT, basically, I'm not sure if you know, they have disclaimers and stuff like that, saying that it's very risky, blah, 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 it could go to zero. And in fact, such a big IP game could go to zero because of the license issue. Then it shows that, hey, every time when you buy something, you have to be super careful in the space, especially if the team is not doxed or if the company is not a reputable company, right? So that's why I think with so many upcoming Metaverse projects and offering parcels for sale, it's important for you to know the creator and the founder, right? because you might think that buying a parcel is for life, but actually the value of the parcel depends on the team. If they subs the Metaverse, or they decide to disconnect the server, you basically have something that has a zero value, right? And I don't think people stop and think about this, right? So that's why, Sandbox price is high, because the company behind it is Animoca brand, and they have also other different type of IPs within Sandbox. So one could only guess that the game will still be here for some time, because the game or the Metaverse is too big to lose, right? So always, if you're able to find a Metaverse, if you know the founder, if they have a track record, and if they have a working product, and if you enjoy that product, that could be a good sign to invest in that Metaverse. But this is not financial advice. It's just that you have to do your due diligence, right? Okay, so I'm sorry for the rant. I've been thinking about this for some time. I think, to answer this question, could a DAO be a long-term solution to keep the server running, right? What if the Metaverse could be self-sustainable and it's not related to a company or a certain entity, but it's governed, decentralized? So it's still early. We'll have to see how it goes. But for those of you who do not know, I actually have a update to my website where I listed, and I also, thanks to the community's feedback, also added different type of metaverses for you, the viewer. So if you're interested in about knowing what the metaverse is about or what platforms there are, I'm trying to build this metaverse related platform list. So it's a non-exhaustive list. And I'm also building another one which is avatar. So basically this is about how you can the different projects that help you make an avatar or wearables. Right? So I'm trying to continue building on this list, trying to continue building value on this website. So I hope you enjoyed today's news update. Besides projects, I do want to talk about news update at times, because this space is just so exciting. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and that's it for today's episode.